This is an astro-intuitive message for the super full moon taking place on May 7th in the sign of Scorpio. This will include astro influences happening during this time, as well as other channeled information that may come through. Hello, Divine Ones. This is Ashley for FD 1111 Ministries, home of Tarot, Bible, and Alchemy. This super moon is the last full moon before the eclipse season begins. This full moon happens on May 7th at 17 and 20 degrees of Scorpio, making aspects to Mercury and Neptune. So that 1720 reminds me of a scripture from Matthew 17:20. Nothing is impossible. Have faith of a mustard seed, and you can move a mountain. This poses the question, how can you make the impossible possible? The components of the word impossible is I'm possible. Through the gateway of I am, everything is possible. Scorpio is the 8th house, the ruler of the 8th house. The 8th represents as above, so below, as within, so without. So as we transform the deep recesses of our mind, that we're able to activate the impossible things in our life, going through the gateway of our mind, and pairing the left brain and the right brain, the conscious and the subconscious. So we just had the nodes shift signs from Capricorn and Cancer into Sagittarius and Gemini. This is the healing that is coming through for the collective. We have currently, besides just the North Node in Gemini, we have Venus about to go retrograde in Gemini, as well as Mercury in Gemini. This is the downloads of holistic healing, and the healing that comes through meditation, comes through awakening. The Mercury energy is dealing with downloads. And this is dealing with new ways of how to heal, new ways of how to heal yourself, family conditionings and habits, especially with that Scorpio energy. And this is shedding that codependent energy that came from the structures of Capricorn. With that Sagittarius in the South Node, this is the death or the repurposing of institutions and the institutionalized mind. During this time in Scorpio and the Scorpionic energy, we are triggered and pushed towards, why do we make the decisions that we make? Why do we choose the partners in life? When subconsciously we may know that this is setting us up for self-sabotage, during this full moon, the question is why? Why do I? Why do I choose this? Why do I choose that? With the Scorpio super full moon making aspects to Mercury and Neptune, Neptune deals with the collective consciousness. So there are some cards that I have here. And one of the cards that came up from the Hermetic Tarot deck, the Five of Wands, Lord of Strife. And here we have the last deacon of Leo with Saturn. And what's happening here, this is talking about people that are resonating in interconflict, resonating in the lower resonance of the fear energy. They're stuck in that type of energy. They're stuck in that type of mindset. They refuse to make the change. So this is the way how they are experiencing their reality. And from the same deck, the Seven of Cups, Lord of Illusionary Success. This is Venus in Scorpio. Now, the illusionary is not here specifically with this message. The Spirit isn't saying illusionary like the falsehood, but those that have a higher vision, that are allowing themselves to awaken, that are allowing themselves to transition and transcend what is going on in the lower realms. This is also paired with the Princess of Wands, Princess of the Shining Flame. This is the Leo energy. This is also Aries, all fire signs pretty much. So we have this flame, the sexual energy that is rising. And that sexual energy is creative energy as well as the Kundalini energy. One thing that happens when you are going to the next phase of your spiritual journey, when you are awakening to new aspects of yourself, when the subconscious mind and the conscious mind are merging on a deeper, higher level, is that your sexual energy will rise. And that is perfectly fine. You can use it to channel more healing. You can use it to channel more creative energy, or you could use it if you are in union with a partner of some sort to co-create together, merging, especially with the nodes and all this energy happening in the sign of Gemini. The esoteric zodiac sign or symbol for Gemini is the masculine and the feminine, and they're merging. At this time, you could be called to be more compassionate to your neighbor, more compassionate to those that may have caused some type of strife in your life, because when you are awakening to the next level, you have this higher understanding of forgiveness and love. And that's one thing that the Spirit is activating throughout the collective body, taking those above the resonance of fear, the Five of Wands energy, and taking us above forgiveness of self and above forgiveness of others, and having the eagle's eye understanding, or better yet, if you see the Princess of Wands card, you see the tiger with the wings, the tiger's eye, that bravery, that courage. It takes that certain level of understanding to have a higher view. It is even proven that those that have the mindset of fear, those that have the mindset of scarcity, that have the mindset of unforgiveness, that is trapped in the body. And it plays out throughout their health. The dis-ease that is caused is from the disalignment. So for those that are resonating in this lower frequency, in that Five of Wands energy, and this is also mental fatigue, I have to also bring that up, paired with the Seven of Cups and then the Five of Wands, for these individuals that refuse to make the shift, to make the change, that they're going through this habitual cycle. So their immune system, their endocrine system, I hear, like different parts of their body are starting to break down, and this could cause some type of other health issues. This is as well, I have to also say this because I have to do what the Spirit has me to do with the Seven of Cups, the Lord of illusionary success, and the Five of Wands, Lord of strife. This is those that may think that they're cured or immune to a specific pandemic that's happening, that because they have not made the shift, it's just a false sense of security. They could have a certain amount of monetary success, they could have a certain amount of popularity, or they may think that because they have money of some sort, that they are immune to what's going on, that they could feel it the most. And this is also when people think that they have a cure for something, or they and this could be anything. They have the remedy. The remedy could be from the pandemic all the way to they have this false sense of security that they have something figured out in their love life or in their life, or have life figured out altogether. And this whole thing that's happening is showing them, hitting the mirror in their face and showing them that no, you do not have it figured out. You have to make the shift. You have to align. You have to step into your divine calling. And this could be a wake-up call for a lot of those individuals. This very well could include a lot of the scientific research that is happening around this whole pandemic. This could be those that thought that they were cured through the hospital system, through the pharmaceutical system. And this is not just dealing with that whole thing that's happening, if you understand the whole big thing. And I say that in code. But this is also making reference to people that rely on something outside of themselves. So this could be certain types of shots. This could be certain types of equipment. And they refuse to go within themselves and find that healing from within, They become reliant on the 3D circumstance, what they see around them. So with this Five of Wands, if you probably can see the card maybe on the screen, that you have two lion heads. And what's happening here is that Saturn and Leo going head to head. And what that is saying is, like, Saturn represents like the old structures, like the old ways of how to do things. The pharmaceuticals represents, oh, get this shot, get, you know, whatever the case may be, or get this job and you have security. And then Leo energy is saying, no, I'm coming through with something new, like a new way of how to do this new fire energy, that Kundalini, that higher level of wisdom. And that healing that is coming through from within. When you align, you download what is conducive for your body, for your mind, for your life. This is one that is stepping out of that old rigidity of a job that wasn't in alignment with them. I'm not saying everybody that is in disalignment or that has a job is in disalignment. No, I'm saying for those that are not working in the field that they're supposed to be working in, and they only working in a specific field because they are scared. That's that Saturn energy. And what is happening for those that are refusing to work their way off of certain type of medications, because they are in fear that if they do, that they will not survive, or it's just they're pretty much being lazy. A lot of people are being lazy about really doing the inner work. That's what this Scorpio energy is about, doing that inner work, finding the inner calling and finding the inner remedy specifically for you. It may not work for everybody else, but it will work for you. And that's what the Spirit is doing. The Princess of Wands, she's not lazy. She's on a quest. She is on the hunt for what is right for her. So regardless of if you are male or female or pan-gender, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter about your specific gender identity. It matters about the energy that it carries. The princess, a princess is supposed to be in a palace, sitting in her room, waiting for her knight to come. No, the princess here on this card, she has the eye of the tiger. She is out on a quest. She is searching and learning about herself, what is right for her. And this speaks for those that are dependent on the government or on some type of structure to save them, when all of the answers lay within you. I also find that it is interesting that this super full moon in Scorpio is called the flower moon. What do flowers do? They bloom, they blossom, they open up. This is referring to the pineal gland opening up, like a lotus flower, opening up to new information. Gemini can be the sign for practicality and communication in practical means. One thing that comes to mind is you want to purify yourself spiritually, you want to protect yourself spiritually, but this is also referring to protecting yourself physically. In your physical body, you want the protection. You want to make sure that you're taking the proper vitamins, that you are still protecting yourself as much as physically possible. By practicing both the spiritual and the practical, once again, the subconscious and the conscious mind, the left brain and the right brain, and the masculine and feminine energy pairing together, that this is the key antidote to overcoming any circumstance in your life. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments down below. If you are in need of prayer, there's a link down in the description box for prayer. Services are also listed there. And I thank you guys for listening to the videos, sharing your opinions, your comments, liking the videos is very much appreciated. And for those that have donated, thank you guys so much for that. And also the members that are part of the Patreon membership program, thank you guys so much. And I will tap back in with you guys on a later video. Check out all the playlists: Decoding Tarot, the Ascended Bible Studies, the Decoding, all of the different series here. I'm so very honored that the Spirit has chosen me to do specific type of work, and I love you guys very much. I will talk to you guys later. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right, peace.